typically a lot of multi-frag scenarios for those clutching players, though, so maybe they could translate that a little bit in the actual rounds themselves. But here on the pistol, it'll just be standard stuff being set up here. Oh, very awkward hard bug there. There's definitely 5 players over from the New England Whalers, so try to see if we can get that fixed as EG go onto the pistol round. Tap-ups initially from the Glocks into that mid-control for Ethan, looking down range, but not seeing much contact. As the New England Whalers do start to back up a little bit. There we go. I think we've got the hard up properly fixed this time. Utility on status law, kit on Rampage, Bentley with a single set, double nades down range. Ethan takes a lot of damage, but does not get killed off.
This is a really passive approach coming out for the Whalers. You saw the A players looking to try and take a little bit of info around Boiler, but now they're so deep into the sides. The nade stack came out to the bottom of Banana, but for the Whalers, it's nothing aggressive. And this is allowing EG to take apartments and brackets control really easily, trying to make their way onto the site. It's sneaking out from the pit, so he's find 1 kill, but he's got to find more, and now the bomb site's opened up.
2 for 1, plant down onto the back wall here for Ethan. DJ did a good job to shut down Breezy, but the second player was too strong for him. Now the CT set up very passively across the mid, and the long position is now looking onto the A site split. Very difficult retake up for them. They at least have that kit, or at least they did. Circle shut him down. Bentley also traded back by Tarek, leaving all fun alone at 1 versus 3. Sees one head, takes it down. Damage on the second player, flicks back to the third as well. And the kit not picked up. They needs to hunt for a man advantage, preferably both for the kills if he can get to it. Trying to get towards that kit as well. Tap up. He actually gets the kill on Stark. I didn't even see that. Stanislaw does turn around with a frag back on Pone alone. So in the end, it will be a pistol for the Evil Genius side. Too many players to deal with in the clutch.
Yeah, look, unfortunately for Ponalone, he needed more players and he needed a little bit more time there. It was a really good attempt, but unfortunately not going to happen. EG take away the pistol. We're going to see a force buy to come through from the Whalers, and Ponalone, we've seen him use the Swag 7 a little bit. We saw it last map on Mirage J, where he's able to get a couple of kills, and something that's obviously really important for an AWPer is your economy standpoint. So if he can get a couple of kills with this Swag 7, that's really going to help with the kill bonus.
Got to remember, that's exactly what he did as well in the second round of the last map up.
Exactly.
Let's see what the Swag 7 can do at this stage. Right now, it's placed out into the boiler position. Well, outside of the boiler position, actually now goes inside boiler into the apartments to hunt down the T-side players that might be there. But as they escape, they will return. Back up here for the T-side, 1 minute and 15 into the Banana position. Bomb should get picked up and rotated into the rest of the Evil Genius's execution. 2 players to stand by, Rampage and Bentley. Probably going to get overwhelmed here.
Now, you would expect so, right? There's only 2 players at B. They are going to re-smoke down, so Evil Genius is actually going to go and push through this. The trades go back and forward into the 4 versus 4, I should say. But Bentley, he's now falling back. They're going to start to play retake, Jay.
Yeah, bomb plant, 5 on 4. Forward of the CT side, Bentley hunting for something out here to the construction entrance, but won't be able to do much. Mac 10 is watching for him, can't take him down though. Time definitively ticking away. They're looking for exit frags here on the CT side, just held back. The 5-7 and Boom may be able to catch them as they make their way out towards Banana. I mean, it's aggressive towards CT and the church area. So yeah, a couple of good frags to potentially be found, but all in all, for the Able Geniuses, they will still walk away with their second round. New England Whalers already having victory bell being rung against them. That's definitely a very cheeky sort of notion from the EG camp. And they don't even lose that much. They still keep 3 players in. I think they lost 2 rifles, though.
At least a little bit. Whalers able to hold on to a fair bit that was upgraded in that last round too. Just trying to look for exit kills, and you saw 3G there. They didn't need to extend any further forward towards, or like further than that logs position out towards the bottom of Banana, where a couple of players from the Whalers were waiting for a better contact. Mac 10 being invested up for Tarek to see if he can maybe get a couple of cheeky kills. There's only a couple of players, or 3 players in fact, with the head Kevlar. Very fast into the Banana is Tarek's back 10. Be able to find 2 kills. Can he make it a third? There is a swinging player out from CT. The reload has to come through. Ding coming down, but so far so good for EG.
Yeah, not too bad. Ethan across with the rifle in hand now. The bomb can make its way out. It's got a line into the site. They've also got Breezy backed up here outside the apartments, ready for Boo to face against him. 5-7. Needs that player. Doesn't get the frag. Does some damage at least. Actually, eventually able to isolate it. So there you go. Galil picked up for the CTs, but as Boo falls to Stanislaw, he gets plenty of cash out for the SMGs. Takes a USP onto the last frag, and now Boo left standing in a 1 versus 4 to save his weapon and concede 3 to EG.
And you know what was a bit of an interesting factor, Jay, about this Inferno map is that we actually saw it being picked a fair bit from EG going sort of back into Pro League. We saw them picking Inferno 4 times and ending up picking Nuke 5 times. So out of the 9 best of 3s that they played, we saw a lot of Inferno and a lot of Nuke being picked by the EG side. And that just happens to be the second and third map that's coming out in this video, Jay.
3-0 to the T sign. And Whalers coming out with a 4th back potential. The rifles in for the next round. Pretty better than Galil for the most part here. M4s across the entire board. The utility set's also looking pretty decent at this stage. 3 kits in. Lack of head Kevlar on 2 players. Mayfall, Stepful 2, Cirque, Ethan, and Tarek, all still with Galil's on a Mac 10. Fast play into the apartments here for the Evil Geniuses side. They have their hearts set on an ace split.
Boo's getting very aggressive behind this smoke in the apartments. You've got to think that if a flashbang comes out, he's going to be pressured by quite a few hungry T-sided players. Now, there are a couple of footsteps being made from Ethan to maybe try and sell a bit of a fake that they're falling back from the second mid position. The Whalers, again, Jay, on this CT side, they've been very, very passive. No banana control coming through, and there was an opportunity for them to take it because EG have got no one in banana.
There you go. Boo completely evaded. Actually, Ponalon gets that frag. They do find the trade with that Galil in the end to a 4 versus 3. Ponalon will be able to double up against Breezy. On for a triple, and Tarek finally shuts him down. The 3v2 scenario, the plant can be secured. Tapped once, expecting more players here in the smoke, but swapping out to a Mac 10 of all things. Smoke down from Stanislaw, a nade out towards short that will sail very far gone past the 2 CTs that are there already. Smoke up and try and block him off. Sees one player, transfers that spray perfectly, gets 2 kills. Now to a 1-on-1 against Bentley here on the stairs on the platform at a site, and Bentley wins out the clutch, wins out the round for the New England Whalers. They start things off on CT.
And the battle of the in-game leaders in the 1 versus 1. That's a big clutch to come out from Bentley. And you're right, Jay, you mentioned it in the pre-game. We haven't really seen too many clutch sort of opportunities from either of these teams. But in a 1 versus 1 like that, that's a big, big round for Bentley to win. Finally be able to get the CTs on the board. And a P90 is coming through for Boo. Alrighty, we're seeing this more and more in the NA scene, Jay.
I mean, we've seen it a lot in Europe as well, actually. So, you know, like in the European, like, 2nd division. So, I'm kind of surprised to see it coming through, but it's here anyway. And Boo's playing out to actually passive on the B side. I would have thought he would have gone quite aggressive towards Banana, try to get towards the Woodstack corner. Maybe even so far as to extend out towards the arch entrance. But no, just passive alongside the 2 rifles on the crossfire here. They're playing possum, trying to bait in EG to overextend.
Now, EG, time and time again, have been able to get a lot of map control on this T side. And we saw Ponalone having a really big standout performance in that last round there. 3 big kills from him on the side defensive at the A bomb side. So EG really needs to knock him down. Ponalone with the swing with 2 CTs from the top of Banana have been very successful to find the opening kill and even 2 damage onto Cirque.
Yeah, Ethan to 4. Whalers still got the control out here. Rampage in the midst of the smokes behind the sandbags. Are they expecting him to be here now? They've probably got to check this position. They're watching the edge of it, and they're going to turn away. Flashes in. 2 lined up for Rampage. Drops that bomb. Stanislaw and Breezy falls Tarek, and Cirque to go down to Boost Spray as the Mac 10s upgrade to AK, or P2, not P90s upgrades to AKs, I should be saying. And the Whalers get a big second on the defensive board.
I love that position coming out from Rampage, because that was still very aggressive, right? He didn't have a lot of support. His teammates were on the site itself, so the flashbang came in, then the swing came out from at least 2 of the players, both Boo and Rampage. And they just clean up house towards the top of Banana. Big round for the Whalers to win. Now, EG can't really invest much, Jay, going into round 6. A couple of upgrades of some P250s, a little bit of light utility for Breezy. But in a round like this, you can't expect EG to fight a lot. Or can you?
Well, I mean, that's a kill. He turns around again, stuck. Turning back to a 4-on-4 situation. Turn around, he's going to play quick out of the apartment, flash perfect time, so he makes that kill. Eventually turns on towards one with going alone and Bentley quickly picking up those frags. The USB closes out the last frag, and a bit of awkwardness there from the Whalers, but they do manage to turn that 3-3 on that ball, and the Rifles come back in for the Evil Geniuses side. No AWP potential, still sitting on Galil's for Ethan.
3 rounds in a row now for the New England Whalers. Now, we saw, I think, a 3-3 scoreline on Mirage too, which is where the Whalers were able to take a little bit of control. Now, we do have the sides swapped in comparison to the start of that first half. But what can the Whalers find? And Ponalone's bringing that AWP over towards the B-bomb site. He's normally been the A player for the Whalers so far in Inferno.
How far the Galil pushes up here. Burst through on Rampage, 86 points of health. He's in, AWP out, smoke set to go down. Standing by and waiting as flashes do come out. There's Ethan with the kill on Pone. Smoke back here towards the cross. It's actually a little bit too deep and it has a bit of a gap in it, so they could potentially find something if they cross out, but no. Rampage swings in, gets Ethan to fall back 4-on-4, needs backup though. The bomb's yet to commit though. They're still 2 for 2. Breezy trade it back against DJ. Trade back from Boo does come in, and the Evil Geniuses are making some simple mistakes that is costing them these frags.
And this is still a default, Jay, and they almost have side control at the B bomb site. So you've got to think Tarek's got to go back, pick up that bomb, and help out the B players because Rampage and his teammate are looking to do damage, but Stanislaw gets a great timing. And now this round is completely finished up unless Boo can somehow drop this bomb, and he's going to be quite quick to try and hunt down Tarek.
And Boo in a 1-on-3. Bomb plant down will be seen by the Evil Geniuses side, and I don't know if he can clutch this to be a very difficult retake. The AWP is already watching the angle for Stanislaw, so he's just sitting pretty and waiting for a pop out, and as soon as Boo takes that face, it's probably going to end up going down. And this will be for the T-board. Whalers unable to claim the lead away. And yeah, they're out of that. Bomb's still set, but in the end, swing out. Boo does not see anything. Save the AK. A good effort there to swing out the last second, hoping there'll be a T-side player on that cross, and there's a good chance that Stanislaw stuck around, but didn't happen in the end. A rebuy can still come through for the Whalers, so the AWP drop. The AK is going to provide a little bit extra firepower.
Yeah, you can actually see the reason why he was staying around, Jay, is rather than seeing if he could find an extra kill, he was looking for that AWP because Ponalone died towards the sandbags, but I'm guessing EG either like picked it up or chucked it over the fence or did something with it because it certainly wasn't there when Boo was trying to look toward at the end of the round. Whalers. You could even see like that duel set up towards the top of Banana. Rampage had a smoke out waiting for the molly to come to sandbag so he could smoke it off. But we saw Ethan being boosted up towards the broken wall position. The wide swing came in and yeah, Rampage found the trade. But that whole setup towards the top of Banana of being able to find an opening kill and force off that molly just didn't work out at all for the New England Whalers.
AWP can come back for Ponalone. This is where he shone the most over on the first map. Let's see if we can do the same for the second. Back to the mid control initially, forced back by utility, puts nades on. A lot of nade damage to the T side to start. Rampage and Bentley, though, gets sprayed up through those smokes, and a force forward was not the right call for Rampage. Should have fallen back, and Bentley left alone, isolated to the back of the B site. No one's rotating to support him either, and they're all trying to get Ponalone to rotate back now, but as DJ falls to the apartments, he second guesses it. And they've thinned this out. 2 simple frags, a 5-on-3, probably going to make it 2. Boo, extending against Tarek. Way too far forward for the Whalers, and it's costing them this round.
Ethan, I'm trying to see if he can have a lurk over to this B bomb site. Tell you what, if he can just pull any kind of a distraction over, I mean, to be fair, they've already opened up A, so it's really not that necessary. Tarek's got on the other side of that scope of Ponalone. Easy duel to come through. Benleet's just going to try and hold on to his weapon, but for EG, they've got so much time that they can just go hunting, Jay, because they don't have a great economy on this T side, but if they're able to take this weapon out of the hands of Benleet, then they'll have nothing into the next round. It will probably just have to be just a save call coming out from the Whalers, a light eco.
I mean, it's probably going to be that the case anyway, given the fact that, you know, there is no money for the players to buy around this M4. I mean, maybe Rampage could drop something. Maybe Rampage could probably just buy another rifle. But it's, in general, it's not looking likely that they'll get much out in the next round anyway, regardless of whether Ben saves it. And the M4 would be nice to hold on to. AK is moving in quick, though. Ben leaps back away, turns away at the wrong moment, and Ethan's going to get that kill. 5th to the board of EG. Whalers are struggling here. I mean, they've had a couple of good rounds. The fact they're able to get that to a 3-all standing is still pretty impressive. But now that's going to start to be a lead growing again on the T side.
Yeah, things starting to look pretty good now for EG. You've got to think for Whalers, like, yeah, maybe they've got something up their sleeve on the T side. Maybe they can start to at least establish a bit of a comeback. But we've mentioned it over the last couple of days, Jay. If you're not getting enough rounds in that first half, it doesn't give you the breathing room to establish a comeback. A rush down from mid with a pistol, trying to see if they can do any damage. The flashbangs have been great so far. They only get away. Oh, in the end, they get 2 kills. So that's actually a fair bit of damage done to the T side.
A fair bit. It's not going to be enough, though, at this stage. EG have built up the money. They're going to continue to profiteer. AK's out. AWP still in. They're going to go for a P90 on Cirque. So EG are going to replicate what the Whalers were doing. So let's see if they'll be able to get similar impact. I mean, the P90 did get a double in that round that they brought it out. So, you know, EG have a chance. That is true. Especially with their firepower base still being pretty effective. So M4's in. AWP for Ponalone. Ethan with his orb straight in for the first contact out towards B and banana area. Flash around the corner might catch Rampage. The Molten coming in. The boost up Benleet's going to get shut back. And now Rampage got to fall away.
Good opening kill coming out from Tarek. And now for Rampage, he's so pressured to be. He's just trying to spam through that CT smoke. But now that he's fallen back in through CT, it means that the B bomb site's completely opened up. You've got a rotation coming in for DJ. Look at how much utility has been expended, though, on the CT side, Jay. They have got hardly anything now. A few flashbangs and a single smoke is all that they're going to have to work with.
AK of Tarek looking onto the back line, trying to catch somebody off here. Rampage, the M4. Bursting through, seeing one. Molotov back to the back line, and Tarek gets that kill. 5-33 now. Praisematic, edge of the smoke. DJ not going to get given a chance to catch a frag back, so just left alone. Probably to rotate out and save his weapon alongside his teammates over in the A site as the Whalers got no chance at this retake. This will be 7 for EG. And it does look very similar to the way the T side went down over on the first map. New England Whalers unable to post up the numbers, and their aggressive plays towards the banana control have not really been going that well for them. The frags have been found, the boosts up. Good attempts there from Benleet and Rampage, but getting picked apart so quickly. Stan, mate, what's that about?
I don't know. Just aim and shoot. It's just... They're going to try and go hunting. Who's in the pit position? Even the orb with the wall bang. Oh, the New England Whalers. They can't catch a break, Jay. Oh, man.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a much more difficult match than... I mean, well, to be fair, we thought it was going to be a difficult match anyway. Again, I think I'm still caught on the high of the Whalers sort of, you know, a big T side on that first map, but...
yeah.
Even so, the scenario is not it's not fantastic for them regardless. The Eagles 5-7s, smokes up. Kevlar for Boo's going to be the only player with Kevlar. This is a half buy here from the Whalers. So, you know, should be seeing the half being taken by EG instead.
You know what is kind of crazy too is that how much impact Breezy had in that first map, getting 36 kills. He's currently 2-7. He hasn't needed to perform, in all honesty, on this T side because it's really just been a majority of a team effort from EG. It doesn't really seem like there's one individual the most standing up. I mean, Tarek and Stanislaw have certainly had a fair bit of impact, but it seems like it's the trading game that EG are working out with the best of their abilities. In towards this brackets control. Whalers again giving up a lot of map control. You can kind of understand it though with the buy that they've got. They've only got a couple of upgraded pistols. It is just an eco. And they're going to run a gamble stack to this A bomb site, but it's almost a little bit too late by the looks of things.
Well, Rampage is the Deagle set towards the CT spawn. And yeah, they have gotten 2 players to hold off against them here. The wraparound's going to be 1 kill coming in for Rampage, but DJ and Rampage get cleaned up super quickly, so the one plug can be secured once again. And they'll throw the pistols at this round, see what they can do on this retake. Some damage would be nice, but Pun alone next to fall. Breezy gets tagged up pretty heavily, he's 3k, but still doing the damage and watching out for Boop. Stanislaw gets that kill. Bentley getting tapped up here, just holding back towards the corner position just to hold an exit frag angle. They're going to clear out Banana, so they won't even give him up that much. So yeah, common 8th here for the T's. Whalers need to get something on the board soon.
Yeah, look, they've got to just find something. And I look back to Mirage, and do you remember, like, they were running double AWPs for, you know, just, or I should say single AWPs for a fair few of the gun rounds of just Pwn alone. Then out of nowhere, they had the triple AWP setup. I know that Inferno's not a map that is certainly viable for, like, 2 or 3 AWPs, but I think they need some sort of change-up, and whether that comes down with 2 AWPs could be the option. Bentley at least is able to recover a rifle in the end there. But 8-3 down, the Whalers, they just need to find something, Jay.
Anything at this stage would be nice. I don't think they're going to find much, however. M4's AWP. Of course, the AK's out for the Evil Geniuses side. Plenty of money, so they can afford whatever they want. Look at DJ making his way straight in towards the bench area. Better be ready to receive. Flashes do put him into the top mid area. It's tagged to get Boo, however, opening things up in the apartments. They're going to storm out the apartments A side. That bomb's going to make its way in for the split. Punland's there with the AWP. Got to turn back around. And actually, they opt to fall away from his position. DJ's going to hear all these footsteps. Now, what can you all do here? Out in Boiler, up the stairs, shot down by Stanislaw next to respond. So 4 versus 3. Well, DJ will take Ethan out at least to turn it to an even standing for this potential retake. And with the positions they've held out here, the Whalers are actually going to suppress EG from getting a bomb plant early.
And there's still a fair bit of utility for the T's to work with. Stanislaw only finding 1. Rampage, a hell of a lot of damage. And now it's all down to Cirque to clutch. 1 versus 2. He's got a Tech 9 and an AWP. The bomb is right in front of him. But can he read the positions of where Rampage relocated to? It's out to Pit. He's been tagged up very low to 14 points. But now Bentley is rounding the corner through brackets. A 4th round for the Whalers. A big, big round to be won by them.
Frag found, easy as that, and catching those players off guard again with all the evil geniuses being suppressed back there in the pit position. EG have gone ahead and lost a lot of control in that respect. Again, the money is still good for the T's. They can buy back here, coming in straight with the rifles. Out the AWP is Cirque, the AWP opponent line also being in play. EG, it's the banana control. Look at the utility that gets thrown out so early by both sides. Opponent's still going to get boosted up here. Try look for a frag back. There is a player or two. Scope in, sees a shoulder. They're trying to bait in a mistake, trying to bait in that kill, sees them popping, and eventually that mistake comes through. They spray back on Rampage and drop him behind the smoke.
Oh, just so well played coming out for EG. The jiggle peak from the bottom of Banana spotted out that AWP. From there, they just set themselves up with utility. They wide swing together, and Rampage just can't do anything. They've brought another member of Bentley over to this B bomb site, but the AWP so far hasn't really had a chance to even be able to strike. Pwn alone, it looks like he wants to get aggressive. Being smoked off means he's going to relocate maybe to the Coffin's position. EG, they're all stacked in for Banana. This should just be a simple BXE.
Good shot from Pwn, turns into a 4-on-4. Doesn't see the player above the smoke though, so Tarek can get that frag. Towards 1, out towards CT on the cross. Gonna wait for backup to rotate in and try to go for a retake, but a 4 versus 3. This is gonna be tough. Indeed, Boo will fall next. Cirque, AWP shot. And DJ's falling back already. They're just going to leave Ben back here to the church area, ready to receive any exit frags. But if he loses his rifle, Whalers are not going to have full max loss bonus to rebuy back. So, I mean, the money's still going to be awkward for them regardless here. So EG winning the best of the best at this stage. As we go to the penultimate round of the half, things are not looking great for the CT side.
It certainly isn't. EG really starting to mount up the pressure now. You've got to think too, Jay, they're, 7 rounds away from being able to get another 2-0 in IEM New York, which is only going to help them in terms of the points in the group stage and try and get as many as possible to really confirm their playoff run. And when we get to it, Whalers taking their first tactical. And you've got to wonder, in a situation like this, so what's Benley bringing to the table? What's he talking about here? Because really, they're being punished everywhere on the map. They haven't seen a lot of opportunities being turned into successful rounds. Opening picks has certainly been one area where they've struggled the most. We've seen the B players towards top of Banana. Like, count how many times they've been punished, both Ponalone and Rampage. Like, they're trying so many setups at the top of Banana, and every time they do something differently, it seems like EG's got a counter.
Every counter they come up with is just going to leave a dominating position. Continues to bear down on the New England Whalers. The rifles coming back in for this next round, still going to look weak. M4's on 2, AK saves, of course, for DJ, and Bentley has the FAMAS from earlier on. And of course, the Mag 7 component alone, the infamous Mag 7, if you will. Set rate to try and take contact in the boiler position. It's going to be much more carefully played from EG, recognizing Whalers might have a trick up their sleeves or thinking about how they're going to try and take approach here. There's that Mag 7, 2 shots. Big onto Tarek and Breezy, 2 rifles to pick up. Still going to hold position here in the boiler area. That bomb's been dropped as well, right outside of quad. That's a massive sequence from Pine alone.
And now the Whalers have been able to finally set up this 4-man A play without the side control already going the way of the T's. Bentley's pushed very, very aggressive to the bottom of Banana. And EG, I mean, it's even going to be a struggle to try and regain this bomb control. And those footsteps heard, Bentley's going to be able to round the corner. This should be 2 easy kills for him. That's the first one. EG stuck into the smoke. 1 versus 5. This is looking like a 5th round on the board for the Whalers. And it started off with that Mag 7 Ponalone. 2 great shots. But not only are those kills important, Jay, the bomb gets dropped in the worst position possible.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 players popping out, I guess they just were not expecting the Mag 7 to shut them down. In that respect, the Whalers have come out pretty good on that round. A 5th to the CT board, an opportunity now to at least turn a 6th. It would be a pretty decent half if they can do that. Molotov's in early, a lot less utility thrown out by the T side towards Banana. The nades and smokes of Standards are going to try and flush them away. Brackets control from the T's. 4-man stacking towards B. 2 players wrapping back around as Ben tries to take their places. But for the time being, Ponalone's going to be left all alone here. AWP going to have to try and frag back pretty quickly. DJ's looking for a rude awakening. Sprays up, lines on towards 2. But Cirque trades him out. Still got Boo not taking his chance. Does find that spray to connect 2 frags. So trades going the way of the Whalers. Boo on rotation now. Push up from Rampage back towards Banana. We'll get towards the top of mid. Ponalone misses his off shot as Boo gets a 3K on Tarek. Ethan on site, 1 part of me secured. Breezy's got himself 2 frags, they brought it back. And suddenly Boo for the ace clutch now. In from long, flashes against his name. AK in with the kit, trying to face up forward here, looking back towards the boxes on the default position. Boosted up, Breezy moves in, Ethan looks for his tap, and he gets it in hole. EG with a 10-5 path, looking dominant as Whalers did. As we go towards a short break, it's a great chance to close this 1-2-0.
life is a kind of lie, and I know that I won't change your mind. We have no common ground, and we're never gonna figure it out. So don't get friendly, get angry, I'll bury you down by the bar. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm out of fever, which you're at a leisurely pace. Unscathed and unafraid. A warm welcome to the war game.
Seeing the stars reminds me of you. Oh, oh, oh. You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. You give me air to breathe, you give me light to see. Oh, when things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through.
Well, EG looking just as good as Whalers did, now going on to their CT half. It's a real opportunity to close this whole thing down, but can they face the resistance that the Whalers put up on their T side? Well, we're about to find out. Look at the mid control coming in from EG, already going for a non-standard play to try to see if they can take apart the Whalers' offensive. Set and ready, the USP is here towards the bench position, seeing players out towards the apartment's entrance. Boo will find the opening kill, but Tarek and Breezy respond towards him and Rampage. 2 more held to the back lines, and Breezy stomping heads for a quadra kill. An 11th round, easy to the board of EG.
And it's almost like the Whalers didn't know that they had pressed up that aggressively from mid. I mean, we saw at our screens, Jay, that there was 2 players from EG pushing very far down towards the bottom of mid. They got a couple of kills, and the B players in Banana are not even looking behind them whatsoever. Breezy tapping up to find 4 monster kills with the USP. What a pest around coming out from EG.
Massive, absolutely massive here for the CT side, because it's the start the Whalers needed to sort of get the momentum back on their side, and now that they're not going to have it, it's just going to get shut down from here. Got Glocks in and an eco around. Of course, no bomb plant means they're going to try and go for the early rifles, but if they can't get those rifles out, then that's going to mean a 12th for the EG camp. Already Breezy's lined up those 2 frags, sight with the UMP in. Breezy's going to make it a triple kill all in all, and Poland at least finds 1 response back, but there's a good chance that, yeah, he could spin around the back. Take that frag, take 12. Now rifles coming in for Whalers. They can't get his next round, though. It's going to be all over.
Yeah, look, I think this is really probably the last chance for the Whalers. Like, obviously, they've still got a little bit of breathing room to play with, but you've got to think that if they lose this gun round, they're going to pretty much lose all of the confidence in a comebacking ability. EG, can they just continue to bring on this momentum? Whalers are going to be able to get AKs across the board for everyone. Not full utility sets, but there's still a fair bit of utility for them to roll with. And going for a little bit of top and auto control to start the round off. A little bit of nade damage done onto Ethan, boosting a player up to the broken wall. A lot of footsteps heard, a lot of information.
Ethan and Tarek tagged up heavy. First and Boo will take some damage to recover the T-side. Rampage makes his way up and around the corner. Transfers his spray to Stanislaw. Can't quite take Tarek, but that's what Boo's there for. Smoke down towards that cross and the missed smoke that he body blocked right there and then. But 2 standing for the Whalers, sorry, for the Evil Geniuses side, 4 up for the Whalers camp, and it looks like they will secure a good round here on T.
That was a beautiful entry coming out from Rampage. Really, really sick 2K. And Boo was able to back him up really nicely. They open up the B bomb site. They bring that bomb in really, really quickly. And the A players, Breezy and Cirque, are just not even interested in going for the retake. They just opt to go for the save, bring those weapons into the next round. Breezy will be able to drop at least another M4 over at a teammate. Stanislaw can buy himself. Whalers get to 6, Jay, and they only lose a single player. That was a really nice attack up to the B bomb site. It was nice and fast with the utility once they rounded the corner from Broken Ball.
Brilliant, great transfer here from Rampage. The really shouldn't have worked out. It was really what won them there on the Whalers side. 6 to their board and an opportunity again against EG, but with the M4s coming back out for most players, it's probably going to be another very difficult round to win. And the Whalers, they're not in a position to lose many at all. Like, if they lose a good round here, then they're going to be set back to basics on the money line. Maybe a forced buy, maybe a half buy. I mean, either way, it probably is going to most likely be a 14th for the T side, a CT side, assuming they even get that far. So Whalers need to get some good rounds on the board, get some momentum, build up some economy. Try and build up a decent stance here against the lead that's been gained by the CTs. But already Ethan swings in. Damage done by Tarek on the flashbang, and Rampage first to fall.
It just shows you the confidence at EG. Like, Ethan doesn't even need a teammate there. All he needs is a little bit of support in terms of utility, and he can just swing out from the top of Banana, get a great kill onto Rampage. The nade was able to do a hell of a lot from Logs onto Boo. And now for the Whalers, they've just completely given up this Banana control. Going into brackets, they're still going to have to deal with 3 players. And completely blind, they're going to be forced back even further.
Peek out from Breezy does go awry. Bentley forward, way back from Stanislaw, but completely blind, gets that kill on 10, doubles up, trying to make a jump on alone, takes him down, but Slurk's still on site. DJ drops him, and Tarek with the SMG can respond, but DJ still alive somehow, able to get it to a one-on-one. Ethan's keeping him so close, ducking below the box, doesn't headshot, just needs a basic spray, and he'll get 13 for the CT board. BM, all required, all necessary, and probably earned at this stage for Evil Genius' side. Hunting for the AWP, he's got plenty of time. Either way, the defuse will come through for EG.
Yeah, and look, with a bomb plan, it does help the money line for Whalers, so they will still be able to get a buyout. I think they'll just have enough money to go for the AWP for bomb alone. You know, when you're ready, Ethan, just defuse the bomb. We're in no hurry here, mate. But, yeah, 13 to 6. That's a great one-on-one being won by Ethan. Man, the BM just continues, Jack. It doesn't stop.
Again, I think they've earned it at this stage. Whalers.
No AWP. They actually, like, Point alone had enough money to go with body armor and AWP, but he's opted against it on the T side, which I'm kind of surprised about because T side and Mirage, he was popping off.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand it from the utility perspective, but as you mentioned, he was having one of the best performances with the AWP I've seen in a while on a T side at least. M4 down to Cirque. Oh, the spray transfer. Ooh. You want to talk about it coming in from Rampage. It gets towards 3 players on damage. 2 of them are kills. And now Breezy in the lineup, 2 more. And he gets 14 for EG. A quick defensive shutdown on the rush for the Whalers. And now they're in deep trouble.
Yeah, they are. They really are. And you look at the money and think, okay, no, they will force. I just won't even make my point and then I'm not wrong. I don't know about this, Jay. Yeah, you don't want to be playing for OT. You are down a considerable amount of rounds, but the buy that they've brought forward is just going to be so weak in comparison to what EG are going to be bringing to the table.
Yeah, and you can see it here. 2 MAC-10s, a Tech 9, a Deagle, an AK for DJ. And Cirque above here to take down Boo. Simple kill to open things up as the mid control is taken right out of the hands of the T's. They have got second mid up to challenge for. Kind of leaning towards brackets as CG start wrapping into their own back. Seb's got 2 players held in. 1 player behind this. Deagle. These 2 takes down 1. The trades favor the CT. This Rampage is left alone. First to do with the Mac 10. Can't take Stanislaw. It's map and match point.
One step closer now for EG of getting their second 2-0 performance in IEM New York so far. And you've got to think, Jay, that this has probably been one of certainly the biggest competitive match that EG have faced. We saw against Triumph. Triumph was only able to get 9 rounds across both maps. For the Whalers, Jay, they've got a combined 17, and we're not even finished yet.
Yeah, EG. Precipice of victory for at 2-0. The expected 2-0 to admittedly, but probably not in the sense of the fashion we saw from the first map. Tarek already popping out, taking a spray transfer on 2 players. Is dropped by Pone alone. That AK puts to good effect. And Whalers trying to see if they can recover this. Pone alone is on 31 HP. Best to get that AK off towards one of his teammates because they're going to have better effect with it with the Kevlar, the helmet, and the extra health to their name. Ethan just shoulder baiting, seeing that one player swing out. Couldn't quite get the headshot. Falls back out. So 4 versus 3 scenario. T slowly making their way in. Ethan, the only defender. If they can take him down, they could potentially get a bomb plant, but a lot of backup to rotate for this retake, and he's playing passive.
And rotations are going to start to come in from Surf, and I don't even think he needs them, Jay, because he's still finding damage across this mode. 2K, can he make it a 3? Spamming through. Pone alone is so incredibly low at 16 points of health. He's being sandwiched in. Breezy's coming in for the backlines. All 4 players are trying to surround him, and there it is, 16-6, a 2-0 result.